Oh, hello. Sorry, just dealing with some military issues. It's probably not the time, is it, for nuclear jokes, given what's going on in the world. Hey up, troops, it's alyttleton here with another video, and this time we're looking at how to set up Kanal. A couple of things just before we get into it. One, there was an option to do the old shower scene in Kanal. We're not going to do it again. You've seen enough of that. Two, Kanal is a good map. People think Kanal is poo. The reason people think Kanal is poo is because old Kanal was a bit poo. Kanal has been reworked. Kanal is a good map. Kanal has got what I call theme park syndrome. This theme park wasn't the best map back in the day. Theme park's a good map now, but because it's the old map that people dislike, people just go Kanal poo. It's not. Kanal's a good map. Also, it's winter, so the woolly hat's back on. Right, just quickly, before we get stuck into it and you get too excited about 4 sites. I've done all 4 sites. However, 3 sites I'm very confident with. Top floor, bottom floor, and security and maps I'm very confident with. However, gym and Coast Guard, I haven't got a clue. I've done it, and how I would set it up. I've never played it in ranked or unranked, so I've only played it in quick play, and that doesn't really count. So I have done it, but don't hold me to it, because it's probably a bit crap. However, I do think the site's not very good, so play the other 3 if I were you. And I think I'd say that's probably just about enough waffling now, don't you? Let's get stuck into it. Right then, let's get started with site number 1, which is radar. And you know, normally we shoot the radio. Well, here we shoot the clocks for no other reason than it's just like a little bit of aim training at the start of the map. So yeah, make sure you do that. Right, reinforcements first. 1, 2 on the main breach. Only 1, and this is going to be important shortly, but only 1 on the left-hand side of the box. So that's 3, and then we've got. We'll go inside to show you. We've then got what's called the red wall and green wall. So that's red wall. Pretty self-explanatory. Green wall, pretty self-explanatory. Reason they're called that is because green wall is closer to green stairs, red wall is closer to red stairs. Simple as that. There is sense in the design, I'm telling you. And we've got the 3 over there, and then 4, 5, 6, 7. 3 left. There is an argument to say reinforce this, and I will do just for this video to show you why. This is not really very important, but the reason we reinforce that is if somebody's playing top green and it's getting fruity over on Newbridge, over on Newbridge over here, whoever it is that's playing top green has got a bit of protection from stray bullets that come through this wall all the time. It's not really necessary. It doesn't really affect much, but I do it sometimes if I'm playing here with Legion, actually, but that's just up to me. Right, when it comes to rotates then, and there's a few lines of sight to be made here. So rotate 1 is here. This gives you a good angle to hold onto box. When people come through box, they're generally looking this way. Don't usually look here. Again, this is all subjective to what elo you're playing, by the way. The next line of sight we want is feet holes, and this is why we didn't reinforce the left-hand side of this. People don't like not reinforcing this wall. People like boxing this in lower down the elo scale. There's no benefit of reinforcing this wall, in my opinion, and you get to hold sauna or mudroom or whatever you want to call it. Most people call it mudroom. What's it actually called? Roof entrance. I've never heard anyone call it that. But you get to hold this door. And I'll show you why in a second, just through these holes. The next line of sign you want is here. The reason you want that is because when you're playing in radar, when you're playing in server, you can stand on here, so you can hold the, you can hold the box coming in, and you can also hold red stairs. This is such a strong angle holding red stairs here, by the way. What I'll then sometimes do is make a small, tiny rotate here. You can hold box from here, but if anyone's pushing through the, if anyone's holding in kill box or bunker or whatever you want to call it, if anyone's holding this for an attacker and this rotates cornered off, you can just sneak through this side between the sites if you need to. Or, you know, if someone's on Newbridge, coming down the end of Newbridge and you need to get out and you don't really want to use this rotate because you might expose yourself here, you can nip over to this rotate and squeeze through. This is a big angle though. Keep this open. Red stairs and box. The other line of sight you can make is this here. Now, the reason I do think these are good feet holes generally. The way feet holes work, I'm going to go off on a tangent here for a change. So the way feet holes work, right, we'll use these as an example. We are further away from the wall than the enemy will be, right? Which means that we can see further under this wall than they can. If I see here, you see we can see the door there. If you're stood at the door, I'll ping it actually. If you're stood at the door, you can't see where we're standing. Even if you crouch, you can barely see where I was standing. So as someone walks in there, you get pretty much a full view of their shins and kneecaps. However, so just to reiterate that, the way feet holes work is you are, as a defender, are generally further away from the feet holes. Therefore, you have a better angle looking through the feet holes, yeah? The problem with these feet holes is whenever someone comes around Newbridge to this angle here, there's a pretty decent amount of like feet and stuff that they can see through those holes. Don't get me wrong, it's good for you as well. Here, you know, you can see that as well. But the benefit of these feet holes is that you're going to shoot. I literally just burped. I'm really sorry, but there's no way I'm recording all of this again, so that's staying in. Hopefully it didn't come through the mic. If you're using these feet holes, right, you're going to have to be sat in this place here. Well, you're not going to be sat here because this is probably going to be open. So I don't always necessarily agree with those feet holes because it's sometimes beneficial for the attacker to shoot the other way. And also, where you're going to get most benefit out of it is here. And the odds of you being able to play here 2 minutes into a round is pretty much nil because that's going to be open and people are going to be coming through this door. So that's pretty much it, really. Just a really strong place for a shield is in this neck of the woods, or even a little bit further forward on the black box there. If you're playing around here, you've got to play further back to cover yourself from the breach. But use the shield, use the gaps in the shield. You're going to need an ADS on the floor here, probably, or somewhere on the black box there. This is a really strong position to hold. One, because not only can you hold this, you can then smoke the breach if you need to. Smoke's absolutely class, isn't it? Sometimes I play Smoke when I'm setting sides up and I'm like, you know what, I'm never going to play another operator ever again. He's so good. Anyway, that's the top floor, which is radar and server. I'm a big fan. I think it's a really good site. Okay, we moved downstairs to supply and kayaks then, and we've only used 5 reinforcements. So we've got reinforcement 1, which is in pipes. Reinforcement 2, which is the left-hand side of the supply room as you look at it. Reinforcement 3 is the left-hand side of kayaks as you look at it. And reinforcement 4 is the left-hand side of the left-hand kayaks wall. There's a pattern emerging here. Left side, left side, left side, and then the hatch. So 1, pipes, 2, 3, 4, 5 walls. Now, the reason you do this is because you're going to make loads of lines of sight. And I was playing with someone the other day who is slightly lower in the elo ladder, and they said, I hate playing with people who play like you because all you do is make lines of sight so everyone can see into the site. Yes, he's not wrong. That was INT Maverick, if anyone's wondering, by the way. Shout out Maverick. He's not wrong. Everyone can see into the site, but bear in mind, you can also see out the site, and that's why we do it. So, the lines of sight and the rotates we're going to make on this site, we're going to go 1, rotate between the sites here like this. I'm going to make 1 line of sight in the top corner there. You can see why that is already. I'm going to make a line of sight across this wall. And then 1 little line of sight for 1 shot here. Right, so the reason we do this, the reason why we've done those lines of sight, and one thing I'm going to say, by the way, is don't, in my opinion, and this is, everything I tell you on these site setups is just what I think, by the way. There's no right or wrong. I don't reinforce this hatch because all of the floor above this site is soft. So every bit of floor above this site, across both sites, is soft. And even the floor in lockers is soft. So I don't reinforce this. I ask someone to play up here. And you probably want to reinforce a couple of these walls if you're playing up here, but between being in Coast Guard and between in gym, or lounge as it's called, everyone calls it gym, you want to be playing someone up here. You don't want to just give it the top floor, or the middle floor, I suppose. And up there's the top floor. You don't want to give it away for free because it's soft, so you're literally a sitting duck beneath. So you want to open this hatch, in my opinion, and then you can hold the locker window if you need to. But also later in the round, if the roam is still alive above, which ideally they will be. If you're doing that, by the way, make a rotate here for them as well. And you can get out of these rooms and challenge down the long corridor back into coast and radio and across there. Just watch top yellow stairs. Make them a little rotate here. Because then if, when things start getting hairy on the side, they can drop the hatch and go back down to site. But you've got to protect upstairs, otherwise the whole floor gets opened up. It's literally free cheese for anyone on the attacking team. So going back downstairs, in terms of the lines of sight and where we make them. This one here, you can cover main stairs from this angle now. It's not something someone looks at on the way down. You can also hold a stranger angle into showers as well. Everybody knows if you punch this out, you can hold the angle into showers. Everyone pre-fire. As soon as anyone comes around this, you should always do this, by the way. As soon as you come around here, pre-fire this angle. There's always somebody there. So don't hold that angle. You can hold a slightly different angle into showers and even into trench there. The rotate's fairly self-explanatory. This angle allows you to see the middle of main stairs from here. So you can have someone holding this. You can have somebody holding this. And the other one is, never, in my opinion, reinforce this. You're going to have somebody playing around here anyway, right? So they're covering yellow, they're covering scuba window, and a bit of lockers window. If you have this open, it means somebody else can support them. If this person needs to back off to here and is holding this angle because they've been droned, someone's going to push around this angle to look, they go, hey, well, what you can do from way back here is using this reinforcement as cover. I mean, look how nice this, look at that tight angle there. As soon as someone comes around there, you can also hold yellow stairs from here. So you can see there is a lot of places that you can, that people can see in from. But when you think about the attacking side, right? I mean, what use is that angle? How often is someone going to be in that area there unless they're holding this angle I'm mentioning here? So I really rate this site. By the way, I showed this on my latest Valk video, but if you want a free kill on this site, right, put your C4 exactly here. I'm going to go up and show you. That obviously only works with C4, generally with Valkyrie or Mozzie, or if you can get your teammate to put a bulletproof camera down. Right, throw a Valkyrie camera up here, there, or get a Mozzie drone and put it on these shelves. And as soon as your C4 is going to be here, as soon as somebody walks through here, they never look behind them for the Valk cam, so they walk through like this. And as soon as they get here, just blow your C4. It's the other side of Pipe's wall. I'm telling you, 90% of the time, you'll get a kill from a C4 here. The only thing you got to worry about is once the C4's gone off, the floor's open quite a bit, so you just got to be careful with it. But it's literally free cheese. But yeah, I like this site. I really like it. I think it's a really strong site. You've just got to hold upstairs, as I say. Make sure you use those lines of sight. Don't just like put yourself in a big metal box and think you're safe, because you're far more prone to losing around by not holding these types of angles that I'm showing you here. By not holding these types of angles, by just reinforcing everything, sitting in a corner going, I hope the attackers don't come in. Well, they will do, so make sure you stop them getting it. Right, next site. Where are we going next? Onto security and maps, and you may notice we're now holding an Alder and not a shotgun or an SMG-11. So Maestro on this site is unbelievably strong in my humble opinion. I'm going to show you why. So first of all, we'll do the reinforcements, and we've used 8. So we've got 1 single wall. Hello? Single wall here. 2, 3. There's double wall. 2, 3. 4 and 5 is the double wall inside kitchen. So both kitchen walls are going to be done. That's 5. And then we've got 6. 1 hatch. 7. 2 hatches. And 8. 3 hatches. So 8 reinforcements used, 2 left. In terms of rotates and lines of sight, I know I'm using a bailiff, and I highly recommend you use the bailiff to make the rotates, because impacts come in so handy later on in the round. I'm going to use the impacts just for ease. 1 rotate on the left-hand side of this wall coming from security over into the what's called projector room, or everyone just calls it office. And then 1 rotate here. Make sure the corkboard isn't in your way. And finally, I will have to use the bailiff for this. 1 rotate here. This is such a strong place to play. Just got to watch the window here, but from here, you can hold the kitchen door, and if you need to, just back off down here and go, way. Oh, where am I? You don't know? Oh, I'm back on the half-wall head glitch. Oh, where did it go now? Oh, I went back this way. Really, really strong rotate, and the attackers can't see it from the door either. Like, from here, you can't even see the rotate to do anything about it. And you can't see it from here either. Really, really strong rotate. So, you want to be able to move between these sites, not just through this door, through here, and through into office to watch the hatch here. But in terms of why I brought Maestro, I'll show you now. So, 1 cam here. And 1 cam under the default cam right here. And Maestro himself, I just play in this area here and model. I barricade that door down there, because drones come through here a lot, and you can see the drones dead easy under the barricade. Hold this angle. Don't actually hold the angle, because you're going to get pre-fired, but just hold this kind of angle and then get ready. But the Maestro cameras, you place them like this and like this. There's no point looking at this here, because there's nothing to see, so hold it like this. So, if the drones, which are going to come across from Old Bridge, lap the drones up, then the drones which come from down red, up red, through theatre and green stairs, it's an absolute drone eating machine. Like, every drone that wants to get into sight, unless it goes through the hatch, has got to come past one of these 2 cameras. Don't give the camera away for cheap. That's not very well said, is it? Don't give the camera away cheaply. Don't give it away for cheap. What? Don't give it away cheaply by holding it open like this and getting it shot from the other end of Old Bridge. So yeah, use the camera for info as well. Stay on the camera when you know someone's pushing through. Go, oh, someone's here. Hello. Right, so you've got to watch the hatches. We've mentioned there's 3. That's the key thing here. In terms of lines of sight, there isn't really any to make other than the rotates that I've made. I do sometimes make a line like this, and And then when I'm playing a model, if things get fruity on that hatch, I can hold the hatch from here. There's literally nothing that that hatch gives them at that angle. And I'll show you why. Just because I can't ever explain something in a little detail. I have to go into everything. That angle won't really favour anyone there because they can only stand here, and you can't see that angle very well from here. You can't see much at all because you can't get far enough back. If you could be like here, and you could hold the angle, then you'd get more information. But because you can't go very far back at all here, you don't get much at all. So yeah, you want someone upstairs, much like when we were just talking about the downstairs basement sites. All the floor above the sites here is completely soft. If I can reload my bailiff. All the floor is soft, so it's something, if there's a fuse on the other team, or if they're going to use breaching charges or ash or whatever to open it up, then you know, you're in for a tough time underneath, because all of this is prime stuff to get opened up. So yeah, it's good site, I think, this actually. You just got to cover this area and this corridor, and if you can cover this corridor and this bridge and stop people dropping the hatches, no one's getting into sight. I mean, the way I'm like, yeah, just stop this door, hold that door, watch this corridor, just drop that hatch, make sure no one drops down there, and it's dead easy. And you're like, mate, you've just told me 15 things to watch. You think I can do all of that? Anyway, that's this site, and let's move on to the last one, which I think is a rubbish site. Just to let you know. Hey, we get a site where we can finally shoot the radio. Get out of town. Right, I want to keep it real with you guys, right? Which is, I don't know why I've just said that. I'm 33 years old. I want to keep it real with you. I won't lie to you. I don't think I've ever played this site in ranked. I've played it in casual from time to time, but I don't think it's very good, and I wouldn't play it in ranked. I would definitely pick the 3 that we've just talked about. However, I have set it up as if we are going to play it. I'm just going to reinforce these last 2 walls, and I'm going to explain what I would do if you want to hold it. I'm not going to go into great detail, although I say that 10 minutes later we'll probably still be talking about it. So, reinforcements, we've used 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. In terms of rotates, we're going to get one tight to this wall. Not a very big one. Just tight to that wall there. We get one here. We're going to get one in the same place where we made it if the rover needs a way out on the downstairs side. Can you get through there? No. Just here, and then we're going to make a line of sight along here. Right, I am not, I would probably reinforce these and these maybe as well. I don't, I'll be frank, I don't know. But this is what I would do, right? I would hold gym as much as you can, because from gym, you can get a lot of information on the site. You can see through here. Bear in mind that doorway that everyone's going to be walking through from printer is there. So you can hold that nice long angle through there. If you need to get out of here, again, same rotate as before, you can rotate out. Hello. You can hold then from way back here, you can hold the entrance to printer. So that room there is where the door to printer is. You can hold from there. By the way, muzzle brake on the SMG-11 at the moment is so good. You've just got to really be careful of these stairs and these stairs. You don't want to give up this area of the map if you can. Difficult to hold because obviously there's a window and you can get shot both ways. It's difficult to hold, but it is worthwhile holding this area of the map. So yeah, I don't really know what else to tell you there, folks, to be honest. I don't like the site. I wouldn't play the site. I would play the other 2. But if I was going to set it up, that's how I'd do it. If you're going to attack it, by the way, no one holds this area here. So just come through here and just play around this area. Because no one ever holds these stairs above. Bear in mind, as I said before, that all the floor is soft when you're attacking down. Well, the same goes for when you're defending up as well. So you can play below with a pulse, or you could play below with a Valkyrie with a couple of cameras in sight and get a couple of C4 kills onto the ceiling. I've got a shield, not a C4. C4. In terms of shields, I don't even know where I'd put one. Maybe here. Cover this corridor. There you go. That's what I'd do. Cover that corridor there. And here. And there. Oh, not there. There. Yeah, poo site. Don't play it. But if you've got any good setups for it, let me know. I haven't lied to you there. I don't think it's great. But we still spent 3 minutes talking about it for some bizarre reason. Right, that'll do, I think. So there we have it. That's how I set up Kanal. We're at least 3 sites on Kanal. Don't hold me to that 4th site. I did put a disclaimer at the start of the video for that. It's a good map. It's a fun map. Please don't ban Kanal in ranked or unranked. Learn how to play it. It's just good fun as well as being a decent map. For those of you that don't know, I also stream on Twitch 4 days a week, every Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday from 8 p.m. UK time. I only ever play ranked on stream, and if you're sort of gold 2 to plat 1, elo-wise, you're more than welcome to join in as long as you're not a knobhead. That's the sort of prerequisite. Don't be a knob, and you're more than welcome to join once I've sort of known who you are for a little bit. So come and get involved on there. My username on Twitch is exactly the same as what it is on YouTube as well. Other than that, that wraps us up for another one, and I'll see you next time. Cheers!